So good morning, my dear students. You are once again welcome to grade 11 accountancy class. So in previous session you discussed about the personal account, correct? So before that the journal, what is the format of journal, what is the meaning of journal entry, what is the meaning of journalizing, correct? So what are the structure, how we are starting from the journal, from the business transaction, journal, thereafter ledger, thereafter balancing, trial balance, from the trial balance, going to prepare, how to prepare the trading account, profit and loss account and the balance sheet, correct? So we are going to prepare the trading account to find out gross profit or loss. Similarly, we are going to prepare profit and loss account to find out net profit or loss, the balance sheet to show our financial position of the company, correct? So for that, we have to approach to how to prepare journal. So you have to follow two approach. One is traditional approach, thereafter modern approach or accounting equation. Okay. So as a modern approach, we already discussed through accounting equation, correct? So as a traditional approach, there are two type of account. One is personal account, then other is impersonal account. Here we not mentioned here. So today we are going to discuss under the personal account. Already discussed the meaning of the personal account. Why it is called personal account? From the traditional approach. Why it is called personal account? Related to person. We already discussed, correct? It is related to person, correct? That's why it is called personal account, correct? So under the personal account, there are three classifications. Okay, so once again repeat. So what are natural personal account? What is the meaning of natural personal account? Maybe any individual human being, any name, correct? So Ramesh, Rajesh, so whatever, Sunita, Geeta, like that. All the names, human beings' names, correct? That's what. As an artificial personal account, maybe corporate bodies or institutions, correct? Even our like different companies name as Infosys, correct? Say then Reliance company like that. Okay, different name of institutions. So college name or school name like that, correct? Then representative personal account, maybe particular person or group of person. I'll explain what is a particular person. Suppose a person bringing a capital, the particular person's capital is called what? He is a representative of the business, correct? Suppose Krishna bring the capital, so Krishna's capital account. We will discuss now. So the Krishna is what? Representative personal account, correct? Understood? That's what? Natural personal account, artificial personal account, representative personal account. So today, we are very important, going to discuss what is the rule of, so what is the rule of personal account, correct? Simple. You have to write debit and credit. Okay. So what is the rule? Debit the receiver. Okay. Debit the receiver. Credit the giver. That's what an important rule about personal account. Repeat once again. Debit the receiver. Credit the giver. The person who receives anything, they have to put debit. Suppose personal account related to a particular person, you can say debit the receiver. A person who received. Person who give, they are called credit the giver. Suppose I am paying money to somebody, so myself considered as what? Giver. I am the giver. I am giving money to somebody means I am the giver. So who receive the money means they are the debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, now you can be able to understand first the rule. Debit and credit. Here debit is the receiver, credit is the giver. That's what your first rule of personal account. It's a very important rule. So accordingly, you are going to learn how to form journal entry. Correct? That's what you are going to discuss one by one. So understood now personal account. What's the rule? Repeat once again. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, that's what our personal account discussion. So next one, second classification we discussed now. What is the second classification? Impersonal account. Correct? Impersonal account. So under that there are two classifications, correct? One is real. It is called real account. Other is nominal account. Okay. So here we are going to discuss real account first. So what is the meaning of real? So what is real? So real means what? You can say it is visible, correct? So what is visible? You can be able to see. So for example, real account means as a personal account related to person. Similarly, what is a real account? Is visible, like in your home, for example, computer. then your house, building, then land. So under the land only you're going to construct the building, then machinery, then fan, then air conditioner, refrigerator, TV, all are coming under what? All are coming under real account relate to tangible, okay, and intangible assets, correct? Intangible assets. Understood? That's what is the real account? So real account is visible, you can able to see. Physically it is there, exit, correct? That's what it is called real account. Under that, mostly relate to assets. So it is related to assets. That's what two type of assets, correct? One is tangible and intangible assets. What is tangible? Again, is a physical existence, correct? As a land, building, then any computer can able to touch and feel, correct? As a books, correct? But here, what is intangible assets? That is invisible. We cannot touch and feel. That's what now we can understand, recollect our discussion about accounting terms. Discuss there, na? As an asset maybe fixed asset, intangible assets, tangible assets. So tangible assets we can make it movable assets, immovable assets. What is movable assets? You can carry over like plant and machinery, you can shift, but land and building you can't shift, correct? That's what it is called immovable assets. So movable assets, any assets we can carry over, correct? Like a plant and machinery, as a computer, fan, air conditioner, even car, very important motor car, correct? That's what coming under movable assets. That's what under tangible. What is intangible? Cannot touch and feel, correct? Touch and feel. Only you can hear it. What is the best example? One is goodwill. Okay, so goodwill. Then trademarks. Then patents. What is this all? See, goodwill is what is coming under. Suppose we are running a company, we are earning some reputation of the firm. What is goodwill here? Reputation. So even though you can put a word famous, but best word is what? It is coming under what is goodwill? It is called reputation. Okay, reputation of the firm. The goodwill discussion you will study detailedly in your higher classes. Going for the grade 12th, under the partnership, you can study what is goodwill. So what is goodwill? So in this world, earning goodwill is easy or difficult? It's very difficult, correct? So goodwill is what image of the company. So naturally, if the goodwill increases, as the image of the company increases, you will get the very good value of the firm. Correct? That's what here goodwill coming under intangible assets, cannot touch and feel. Similarly, trademarks. What is trademarks? The sign of the, for example, Anil Semia. Correct? That is a trademark they given. Correct? And patents, the copyright, know-how, technology about the know-how. For example, if you go to Murugan Italy, so you can see different type of Italy. Correct? Not for the normal Italy what you are cooking in your home. Correct? Our mother or even your mother cooking in your home, so it's different from the Murugan Italy. So they are having some know-how technique. Correct? That's what patents, the trademarks, know-how. Correct? Trademarks and goodwill are coming under intangible assets. So what is a real account? All assets related to all the assets related to real. Correct? That is coming under real account. Related to all the assets may be tangible or intangible assets. What is tangible assets? It is a physical existence. You can touch and feel. What is intangible assets? We can't touch and feel. Correct? That is a very, very important thing as a real account. You understood now what is a real account? Maybe asset we can classify into two. One is fixed asset, other is current assets. Correct? So what is current assets? Cash. So here also you can mention the cash. Okay. Debtors. You understood now what is debtors. The accounting term. These are all coming under what? Current assets. Correct? It's very detailed later. So that's why you have to study accounting terms. That is very important. Hereafter we will see one by one. That's what we discussed about. Two things discussed. What's the personal account rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now I am going to discuss as a real account. What is it? Rule number 2. This is for the real account. What's the real account? See, just I clean it here. So what is the real account? Debit what comes in. Credit what goes out. Correct? Understood? I repeat once again. As a real account rule, rule number 2, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That is called real account rule. Okay. Suppose you are going to market, you bought something, for example, cell phone. Nowadays the cell phone is a more demand, correct? For our classes purpose. You bought one phone, very nice phone. Correct. So for that, what happened? You paying money. So your cash goes out, correct? So what comes in? You got the cell phone. That's what. Debit what comes in. So whatever comes in, you want to put in debit side. So whatever goes out, you want to put in credit side. That is a easy understanding. Okay. Now we will see one by one for some examples. You can understand very clearly what is personal account, how to do with the help of the rule, what is real account rule. So as a personal account rule, I will explain once again what is the personal account rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Similarly, what is the real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay. Similarly, our personal account, debit and credit the receiver, credit the giver. This is called personal account rule. This is called our real account rule. So we will discuss later nominal account. Okay. So first the two things. What is the personal account rule? What is the real account rule? Okay. Accordingly, we are going to work out now. Okay. You understood now? So just to see what is the rule, very important. See what debit the receiver, credit the giver for personal account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out is what? Coming under real account. Correct? So just to see that rule, that is very, very important. Okay, see now, I have noted down. What is the, under traditional approach, personal account rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Similarly, real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Now we will see some examples, correct? So that's what, see now even in your book, you take the NCERT book, page number 92. Okay, now you take your book, page number 92. How we are going to form journal entry, correct? So the first transaction, they given December 1, 2017, business started with cash 75,000. So what is that? Business started with cash. Okay. Business started with cash. Okay. So what is the date? Yeah, I said the date is very important. That is December 1, 2017. Business started with cash. What is the amount? Amount is 75,000. So this is called what? This is called business transaction. This is the business activities. Now you are going to convert how to form journal entry. Correct? So you know already date very important. So what is the date? Maybe you can write December 1, 2017. Okay, date, okay. You have to buy, my request, please buy now when you are learning now accountancy. Please buy accountancy notebook now, okay. Some period of time. So first please buy accountancy notebook. There we know the column. Okay, thereafter here date, correct? That's what date. Then here particulars. Okay, you have to give some gap. Here thereafter what? Debit. Thereafter credit. Then here ledger folio. Yesterday we discussed what is ledger folio. Right? Ledger folio. Debit and credit. That's what our discussion. This is the format of journal entry. Now we are going to learn one by one according to the transaction. This is transaction number 1. Put serial number, transaction 1. So when it was happened, December 1, 2017, business started with cash 75,000. So here business started. Okay. So there are two variables, correct? One is cash, correct? It's a cash. We got in a business, received cash 75,000. Under what name? It is coming under capital. Okay, so you understood the capital. So here, see, I journalize the following transaction in the books of Himanshu. So who going to start the business? Himanshu. Correct. It's a name. So Himanshu is what? Business. Who started business? Himanshu. Okay. We got cash. So now how to form journal entry? So listen carefully. Okay. So we got cash. Okay. So cash coming under what account? You have to identify first. Coming under personal account or real account. So cash is coming under real account. Okay, very good. So cash is what? It is the real account. Okay, first. Thereafter, who contributed the capital? Himanshu. Correct. So you can write Himanshu capital. Correct. You only contributed capital. So coming under personal account. Now you understood? Personal account. It's very, very important. So as a cash, capital, then cash. When you start the business, there are two variables. One in the form of capital, bringing money into the business. You can say capital. And we receive cash. Right? So cash is coming under which account? Coming under real account. Why is that? Because it is asset. Correct? So what is the cash account rule? As a cash account rule, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So as a here cash comes in the business. Correct? So I'm going to write it here. Cash. Just to listen. Cash account. I put it here. Debit. That's what I said. Nah, this is nothing but debit. So cash account debtor. We can say how? Cash account debtor. So which is silent? E is silent. D-E-P-T-O-R. Correct. So debtor. So cash account debtor. How much? 75,000. The question, why I am putting this is real account. So why it is a real account? This is assets. So assets, what is the rule? This is the rule. That debit what comes in. That's what I put it debit side. That's why I put debtor, debit. Understood? Cash account debtor, 75,000. Now understood? That's what cash real account. Why it is a real account? Because it is asset, cash. That's why we have to identify what's the rule. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here cash comes in. That's why I'm putting debit side cash account data 75,000. You understood? Now this is Himanshu capital. It's a personal account, correct? Because name is there. So what is the personal account? It is coming under who is personal account? It's a representative personal account, correct? Whether it's a natural personal account or artificial personal account or representative personal account. Here coming under representative personal account. So because of Himanshu only bringing the capital to business, correct? So how to write? So what's the personal account rule? See, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Here Himanshu is what? Receiver or giver? He is the giver. He only contributing capital. That's why. Where I am going to write? See here carefully. I put it 2 here. 2 means credit side. See the gap. So the gap is very, very important. Okay. So just I am showing you the gap. How I am writing. Cash account data 75,000 to Himanshu capital account. Himanshu capital account. How much? 75,000. Now you understood how to form journal entry. It's very, very interesting, important. Business started with cash 75,000. Who started? Himanshu started. That's why I am debiting cash account, because cash is coming under real account. First you want to identify right now. We are discussing only two, correct? We're coming under personal account or real account. So cash is coming under real account. So why it is a real account? Again put a question. I said now why? So why it is a real account? Because it is an asset. So what's the real account rule? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Real account. Okay. So if you write like this, you can be able to understood. Okay, as an idea. So later on we can memory. Okay, now want to memory the rule, correct? So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Understood? Here to Himanshu capital account. Credit. Why Himanshu is capital account? Himanshu is what? It's a person related to person. That to representative personal account. So that's what is a personal account rule? As a personal account rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Here Himanshu, who? He is the giver. Okay? Now understood? He is the giver. That's what I am credited. So give some gap to Himanshu's capital account, 75,000. That I am going to write, this is called narration. Being capital contributed by Himanshu. Okay, how you can write anything in a narration. Narration is very, very, very important. Maybe you can write being business started or being capital contributed by Himanshu. So debit and credit. Now understood the format of journal entry? Very clearly understood now? See carefully. See any doubt? So that's what serial number 1. Likewise, want to do. The first one is date. This is the business started with cash. This is called what? This is called business transaction, the business activity. How to convert it into journal entry. That's what we're going to discuss. The format is very important. As a serial number, because number of journal entries. So we want to put 1, 2, 3 like this. The date is very important. Right? So what happened? When it was occurred? So date, then particulars. So which should be debited, which should be credited? Details. Okay, cash account debtor. This is called debtor. You can say cash account debtor. Then Himanshu capital account. Correct. So cash account debtor, you have how to write. That is very important. Cash account debtor 75,000. Then coming to here to Himanshu's capital account 75,000. Credit side. This is debit side. This is credit side. This is very important. The rupees simple very important. Thereafter, this is called narration. Okay, narration. That is very important. What is narration? Here only you know. So what is the meaning of the journal entry? As a journal entry, details you can write it here. Okay, so narration is very, very, very important. Correct? You understood? That's what very, very important for the narration. Okay, that's what our first transaction. Now you can be able to understand how to form journal entry. See, now move for second one. Purchase goods for cash 10,000. So what is the date? So here date is what? I write it here. Date is 7. Okay. So what is the transaction? So what is the transaction? Purchased goods for cash. Purchased goods for cash. How much? It is 10,000. It is 10,000. Okay. So you are going to identify for the transaction purchased goods or cash 10,000. So you purchase something. So what you purchased? Goods. Okay. So it is coming under what? Here there is no personal account because there is no name. Only goods you purchased. So how to identify whether coming under personal account or real account? So whether it's a personal account? No, because there is no any name of the person. Correct. So it's not related to person. Then you have to check whether it's a real account. Yes, it is a real account because goods also a asset. Correct. As a purchases. Then cash also as a asset. Yes. So both is coming under. See, I am writing here. As a one is cash. Then one is cash. Then other is what? Maybe goods. Okay. Goods is also real account. Correct. Goods is also real account. So here both is real account. So very easy you can form journal entry. So what's the real account rule? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here what? Purchase the goods for cash. We purchase the goods. So what comes in? Goods comes in. What goes out? Cash goes out. You can easily write it here. So already cash is there. Only I am cleaning it here. So what I am going to write it here? So what comes in? By goods. Here you are going to write, don't write goods. Here you are going to write purchases. Correct? You are going to write purchases account. Understood? That's what very, very important. Going to write purchases account. Right? See here. Purchases account. That's what your goods. Don't write goods. You have to write purchases account. What comes in. So why it is a real account. So that's why I am debiting. Debit side. Why? Because what comes in. As a real account rule, debit what comes in. So what goes out? My cash goes out. Correct? So again, I give some space to cash account. How much? So amount is 10,000, 10,000. So amount is 10,000. Correct? See, amount is 10,000. Understood? So repeat once again. Purchases. So what comes in? So why I am putting debit side? First we want to identify whether coming under, we discuss only two accounts, correct? Right now, personal account or real account. So is it personal account? No, because there is no name. So it's a real account. Why is a real account related to asset as a stock or goods? That's why debited. So what's the rule of the real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That's why I am debiting. Purchase account debtor, you can say debtor, DR, 10,000 debit side. To cash account 10,000. Then narration. It's very important. So narration very very important. So being, we just write being goods purchased. Suppose any invoice number, we already discussed what? In our source document. So when you are purchasing, they will give some bill. Here you have to mention being goods purchased. Maybe bill dated, whatever. Then invoice number. Okay, like this. Here purchases, cash purchases. That's why bill, what date of the bill, the invoice number we want to mention here. Being goods purchased on cash. Suppose you want to add. This is called what? Narration. This is called narration. It's what? Your completion of the journal entry. So you should be very careful. Journal entry, the date is very important. The same date, I think, correct? Same, sorry, it is 7th one. So you want to change the date. It is 7th one. Here I am going to change serial number 2. My second transaction, my date is 7. Very, very important. Then purchase account data 10,000. To cash account 10,000. Then being goods purchased on cash, maybe bill dated. Suppose when you purchase it, then invoice number. This is called the details of the purchases. Correct? That's what we are going to work out like this for the formation of the accounting equation. So okay, now we are moving for the third transaction. Correct? December 9, 2017. See in your book, NCERT book, page number 92. Sold goods to Swati, 5,000. See here, first you want to identify whether the sale of goods, cash or credit. There are two ways of transaction. Correct? Cash transaction or credit transaction. Here, say sold goods to Swati. The whether it's a cash or credit, how you know? See, take your book. Coming for our December 18, what they given? Cash received from Swati in full settlement 4,000. That means what? So when the transaction, when we sold December 9th, sold goods to Swati. But Swati, when she paid money, only on 18th December. So naturally this is coming under credit transaction. Correct? So goods sold to Swati is what? It's a credit transaction, not cash transaction. Here you are going to form whether coming under personal account or real account. So how to form journal entry? You want to identify whether it's a personal account. Yes, it is personal account. First, Swati. Correct? Swati is a personal account. She is the receiver. Sold goods to Swati. But Swati, we have done what? We sold. So here Swati is what? Who is Swati? Swati is nothing but who? She is a debtor. Correct? You discuss it in your accounting term. So when a person becomes debtor, he sells goods on credit basis. Correct? Goods sold on credit. That's why we can say debtor. Swati is debtor. Why? Goods sold on credit. Because she is not paid immediately. She will pay later. As on 9th, we sold goods to Swati, 5,000 on credit. That's why here Swati is what? It's a debtor. So as a debtor, coming under which account? Coming under real account. Correct? It's a real account. Debtor. Then what you sold? We sold the goods. Okay. So what is the entry? Considered what? That is considered sold means here we will say what? Sales. Gone out. Goods gone out. So here what is the Why is coming under personal account or real account? So here this is the real account. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Correct. But here it's a personal account. Swati. Here also it's a personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So Swati is nothing but a debtor. She is the receiver. Okay. So as a personal account, receiver. So I'm going to write here Swati. Swati account. So name. Correct. Coming under name. Personal account. Debit the receiver. So Swati account debtor. How much? 5,000. So what we done? Our goods sold out. Goods what? Goes out. So I put it to sales. You understood? 5,000. So whenever we see this transaction, this is called credit transaction. Okay. So this is called credit transaction. Not cash. Because we sold the goods on credit basis. Swati, she not paid immediately. So what is the Swati here? Personal account. That's why I consider as debit the receiver. Now Swati received the goods, correct? I sold goods to Swati, correct? I also sold goods to Swati. So Swati is a debit because Swati is a personal account. Debit the receiver. Swati account debtor 5,000. To sales. So it's coming under real account. Our goods goes out. That's why see credit what goes out. I put it credit side 5,000. What's the narration? Being sold, being goods, being I can write what? Being goods, being goods sold on goods sold to sorry being goods sold on credit. So you know who we sold. So anyway you can mention here invoice number whatever. Being goods sold on credit basis. Understood? As a credit transaction how to write. As a Swati consider as a debtor. Okay. Collectively we will say debtors. Like Swati, we will say different type of customer for credit sales. Collectively called, that is called debtors. Only one person debtor. Collectively number of customers, it is called debtors. Correct? Debtor, debtors. So that's what again going to study for the accounting terms. Correct? There we discussed what is purchase as sales. Correct? As a sales. Now understand what is sales. And goods dealing on for sales. Correct? Sold means sales. Okay. So here we are doing the business. We are selling the goods. Naturally, our goods gone out. That's why return credit side to sales account 5,000. Now understood how to formulate of the third one. So date is very important. Sale number 3. So which date? Date is 9. December 9, 2017. So Swati account data 5,000 to sales account 5,000. Narration very important. Being goods sold on credit. Okay, narration. Understood? That's what our third transaction coming under credit transaction. Now we see the fourth one. Purchased furniture 3,000. So what's the date they given? So date is it is 12. Okay. So I'll change it here. This is business transaction. Date is 12. December 12. Thereafter. So what is the transaction? Here the transaction is what? Purchased furniture. Okay. So purchased furniture. How much? 3,000. Here how we are going to form the, this is called business transaction. Purchased furniture 3,000. How we are going to form journal entry. Okay. I will see here any personal account. No, there is no personal account. But the furniture coming under real account as an asset. Correct. So here we paid. So here they not mentioned whether credit or cash. So we consider here we paid on cash. So furniture we bought, correct. That's what purchased furniture 3,000. So here cash is implied. This is coming under cash transaction. So furniture purchased. So as a furniture coming under what account? It is a real account, correct. So real account. I am write it here. So what is debit? So debit is furniture account. Why sir it is furniture account? It is real account. Why it is real account? Debit what comes in. Okay. So that's why furniture account. Furniture account for debit here only you can write. So 3,000. The comma is very important. Then 2. 2 what? Purchased. So cash goes out. Real account. So what goes out? See here, the credit, what goes out? That's why I'm writing credit side. So cash account. Cash account 3000. So what is the narration? Being furniture purchased. You can write it here. So narration, very, very, very important. So being furniture purchased. Like wide bill number, for example 10, dated, any date. So this is safer side. So you want to know, suppose as a furniture, any repair happened, you want to call the particular person. So better you can write bill number and date. So where you purchase, say reference. That's what the narration, detailed discussion about our business transaction. Here detailed one. Here only the effort you are given. As a journal entry, what should be debit, what should be credit. We are following what? Double entry system. This all coming under double entry system. Every corresponding debit, that's a corresponding credit. So which concept we are following? Dial aspect concept, correct? Every corresponding debit, that's a corresponding credit, dial aspect. This is receiving effect, this is giving effect. I understood the concept. Says that day the other video discussed entity concept. Here the dial aspect concept, whenever forming journal entry, all coming under what? Dial aspect concept. Definitely every action there is a reaction. So every corresponding debit, definitely there's a corresponding credit. Otherwise we decided that somewhere we done the mistakes. That's why journal entry should be, debit and credit should be equal. That's what the understanding for this journal entry formation. That's why the day serial number for ending hour, this is 4th one, correct? 4th transaction, purchased furniture 3000, as a running number of journal entry number 1, 2, 3. So date when it was occurred, that particulars, what should be debited, what should be credited, the amount. How to write journal entry, that is very important. Don't write furniture account data to cash account. First one write furniture account data 3000, then to cash account data 3000, then narration being furniture purchased, white bill number dated. That's what the understanding. This is coming and this is a cash transaction, correct? So no need of this, okay, because it's implied. So they never given any name where you purchased the furniture. They given just the furniture purchased. So we consider as a cash transaction. That you should be very careful when you look after the business transaction. It's a business activity. Suppose you done wrong, your journal entry is wrong. Ultimately, end of the finally your balance sheet, what? It's not showing in the correct position. That's why the formation of the journal entry now are going to learn how to form the journal entry. So that is very, very, very important. Okay, so that's what you understood for this class. Okay, so I will continue for the next discussion for other future videos. That's what I explained just 4 transactions, especially for the personal account, real account. Okay, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Thereafter, real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That's what you want to memorize. So these rules are, this is called, so third one we are going to discuss nominal account. For further discussion, we will discuss nominal account. This is called golden rules. Correct? Golden rules. Okay, so what in Tamil? Thanga Vidigal. Okay, golden rules. All again we'll discuss nominal account. We discuss now personal account, real account. What is personal account rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So what is real account rule? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That's what we're keeping on memorize ourselves for the formation of journal entry. If you confused, no problem. Then you can rectify. So naturally confusion will come. So after forming some 10th or 11th or 12th journal entries and one by one, you practice now how to form journal entry. When you have strong journal entry, remaining discussion are very, very, very easy. That's why I'm taking very slowly. Okay, formation of the journal entry. So discuss right now personal account, real account. So then future, next video, we discuss about nominal account. Thereafter, we discuss detailing of all the transaction, how to formation of journal entry. Now you can practice for the NCERT book also, okay, for workings. Okay, so before that, you want to remember what's the meaning of personal account, what's the meaning of real account. Correct, there are 2 types of account right now. One is personal account, thereafter impersonal account. Okay, so there we discuss personal account. Under that, 3 types of personal account. Maybe a natural personal account, then artificial personal account, or representative personal account. Thereafter, Impersonal account, we discussed only real account. What is a real account? It is a visible account, correct? Related to assets, maybe tangible assets or intangible assets. What do you mean by tangible assets? Yeah, asset is a physical existence. You can touch and feel. You can see a land, building. So as a furniture where you are sitting, as a television, air conditioner, correct, refrigerator, like that. So what is intangible assets? It is cannot touch and feel. Maybe goodwill, correct, image of the company, and trademarks, patents are coming under intangible assets. That's what in your worksheets you want to practice for the question. Okay, these are the theory also. So again, you should be strong in your accounting terms. What is purchases? We discussed our third entry, correct? Purchase of goods, what is purchases? What is sales? Thereafter, we're going to discuss what is purchase return, what is sales return. Correct? That's what you want to keep in your mind. So I hope that now you are a little bit learning of this video, how to form journal entry. Okay, that's what make you 2 or 3 times running the video. You can be able to follow formation of journal entry. Okay, so I hope that you understood very well. Okay, thank you very much.